recreation time. Just a few words to introduce CMA CGM. As you can see, the top four of the container shipping industry are European companies. So the first one is APM Maersk, is Danish, MSC is Italian, CMA CGM is the third one, is the French, and Hapag-Lloyd, the fourth, is German. So CMA CGM is the third one in this industry. What the figure you may notice is on the right side is we are operating about 470 vessels on 200 shipping lines and calling in over 400 ports all around the world. The total fuel consumption per year is about 6 million tons. So that's something. So the standing challenge we have is, on one hand, to enhance the safety of navigation, that is the safety of the ships, the safety of the crew, and the safety of the cargo. Clearly, on this point, when we are entering or going out port, the enemy is the wind, and when we are in the middle of the ocean, the enemy may be the waves. But I will develop the second point is exactly to reduce the fuel consumption for ecological and economical reasons. The economical reasons is not so pregnant at this time because the fuel price is very low, but anyway, our 6 million tons consumption are producing about 18 million tons CO2, also if the price is low. The solutions are in many areas. Technical area with optimization of engines, propellers, hulls, also by improving organization of shore, of course, and that's my point, to take benefit of the knowledge we have in this century in meteorology and oceanology. Okay. The solution is the routing of the vessels. In fact, everybody has good routing software, and the real challenge is to put reliable data into the software in order to have good recommendations. We make a lot of tests for over 1 year, and as an example, a test we did in 2015 on a voyage between Europe and China and back. The total consumption during the voyage was 4,150 tons. That's not so much because we were at a relatively slow speed. And considering what we did, using the present current forecasts, we had about 19 ton savings, probably a little bit more, but let's say 19 tons. That is 0.4% of the consumption. But if I see the gap between forecasted and observed currents, it is equivalent to 221 nautical miles or 50 tons fuel. So the improvement potential is 50 tons, or 1.2%. So in a perfect world, we could save 1.6% of the consumption. A reasonable target may be 1%, and if you apply this to the whole fleet of CMA CGM, it is 60,000 ton fuel and 180,000 ton CO2. So we need to do. Current forecasts are necessary for routing. Their reliability is not sufficient for now. To increase to enhance the reliability of this forecast, the only way we see is to increase the density of observed data. On one hand, to improve the realism of the forecast by increasing the assimilation of observed data. That's the job of our forecast providers. But also directly for us as end users to get enough data allowing to select the most realistic forecast for our specific need in the areas we are using for our voyage and for a given time slot every week, every month, and so on. We have three main observation means. Drifters, that is to say drifting buoys. It's very good because they are in the water, but we cannot control the kinematic, and they are going where the current is pushing them. We have on all vessels, we can provide a high density of observation on our track, so where we need them, but they are not very accurate. And the third main is satellites, and satellites have exactly the capabilities we don't have when we are in the water. That is a very wide capability of observation and with different sensors. Just as an example of what we are already doing by using Copernicus products for this point of selecting the best forecast in a designated area, for example here in the Mediterranean. So as an important point, as a non-educated user, we need the help of an educated user. So we have the support of Aptimar, which is a French society based in Brest. And they are using, for example, this Copernicus product, Mercator, MFS, for selecting the forecast we will use during let's say 1 week in the Mediterranean, and the next week they will use this products again in order to make a new selection and so on. So I think I'm at the end of my presentation, and the message is we need observation, and we need satellite observation in order to improve the effectiveness of reducing our fuel consumption. Thank you.
Thank you.